Be sure to follow Discombobulated on
Patreon.
For as little as $1. For just $1 a month, you can get bonus content like this.
Make sure you sign up for just $1. $1? That is so cheap, it's the lowest you can bid on The Price is Right. And inflation's not getting this show. We're keeping it at $1. $1, Bob!
Here we go again. Welcome back. Episode Who Gives a Flying Fuck of Discombobulated. How have you been? How you been? Yeah? Mm-hmm. No shit. That's the way life be sometimes. And then you did good. Because who cares? Yeah, you fucking tell him to fuck off. How's everybody else been? All at once. Cool. So the fact that now we know how 22 people are doing, let's start the podcast. He's got no jokes. He just does a he doesn't even have notes. He just starts a podcast. What a waste of money. What the fuck is he doing? People have already clicked off. Now that it's just the boys. Now that it's now that just the boys are here. What's up? How you guys doing? And I want to get down to the real boys. So, like, if you're a boy, but you have all your toenails could be in a commercial, just turn the podcast off. This one's not for you. I want other me's today. That's what I want. I'm going to talk to other me's. So if you don't pick from one side of your toenail, and then as if you're doing one of those, you ever in one of those like really old bars where someone's like, people say shit like, I know the bartender, and you're like, why is that cool? I know those. I'm that person too. You're like, I know the bartender. What? Get the fucking shit out of here. How did you get us tickets to the alcohol? What the fuck was I talking about? I literally lost my train of thought because I had to be an asshole. I like being an asshole. It's kind of fun. Do you know? Because here's what's crazy is that you won't be an asshole, and then something happens, and for a second you're like, I don't believe in God, but you do for a second. You don't believe in God, but you're like, I'm alone. You think it's something's like whatever. You think of a balance beam. Is there a galactic balance? You kind of wonder. Why was I saying you got to know the bartender? Okay, can someone rewind that I don't pay for? Thank you. I'm not even going to do it in post. If you're waiting for that to happen, sign up for the Patreon. But, yeah, I don't know. I have been an asshole. Someone, like, I think I talked about this the other day, but someone was like, I've never seen Bobby do. But I was just like, I like being a nice guy, but sometimes I feel like we're at a point where we're just like, I think enough's enough. Like, we should be a little British. Be like, I'm bad, you know? Get off it, or whatever. Just get on the shit out of here. But, yeah, and maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm getting the New Year's blues, and I also fucked up my resolution, which I don't ever do, so I didn't fuck it up. I don't do New Year's resolutions, because then all you're going to be doing is buying a vape and wanting to fucking throw it away as soon as you... They're $27 now. And here's what I could have said. No, thank you. I could have listened to the thing screaming in my head. You're not going to enjoy it once you get it. But of course I get it. And I want it so bad. Let me try something new. You know what? If I'm going to spend a lot of money, I better try. Let me get blueberry suck my cock. Do you guys have that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nope. To the left of fuck me forever. Why do we smoke these? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fucking kill me. Can I get one of those? Thank you. One of these days I'm going to buy it, unwrap it, take off that little tip top, fucking turn it on, and then just fucking like a python. I'm just going to eat it. Be like, there's your fucking 9 billion puffs. I don't know how it stays that long. That's the dumbest thing you can do is smoke. I feel like even smokers say that. And then some really nice people who have kids will honestly say it. Because people, oh, kids are the best thing. And then honest people are like, don't ever have kids. I wasn't even thinking about it. I just want to remind you, don't ever fucking have kids. Because then they're going to grow up and vape. And then you're going to have to watch them vape and be like, I wish you didn't do that. And be like, I wish you didn't have sex with the person you had sex with. Why'd you have to make me? I don't need to be here. I was probably, where was I before here? You know, none of us know. Where were we? Oh yeah, I was talking about the pull-off tabs earlier. That's what I was fucking talking about. Something about the pull-off tabs. You remember like those things? So if you're a dirty boy, if you grab your nail from one side and fucking to the other, and by the time it gets to the other side, it's not a rainbow. It's not an even strip. It never is. You don't pull evenly. You don't know. You didn't. Your school didn't have a physics class. You wanted to learn Spanish and drama. Me llamo Bobby. I am 5'8". I am 5'8". I am 5'8". Soon to find out, I am. I am 4'7". Because your meanest friend that's a female will ask if she can. Can I actually measure you? How tall do you think you are? I'm like, I'm 5'8". Can I check that? Sure. And then you find out you're not, and then you're like, oh, I gotta call my agent. Got some bad news. Hazel eyes, and I'm short as fuck. I'm that guy now. When I'm on Tinder, I just get off Tinder. I date males now. That's not because I'm short. I'm so wrong. They've all seen through it. They've shown up on dates with me. Who's doing that? Dude, there's a comic from New York who's fucking doing a joke about I was thinking about this because he just had this. He's like, I'm 5'7" from 5'8", and it's such a difference, and girls talk about it. And he said, like, fuck, why can't I think of his name? Fuck, he is so funny. God damn it. So I'm not doing his bit. You can check it out, yeah, but you can't because I don't know his name. But basically, I've been showing up on dates and they're like, he's fucking not 5'7". But sometimes I would wear my boots. I used to have boots. I used to wear boots. We all go through phases. No, not cowboy boots. Work boots. They had steel toes and made my feet bigger. Because my feet are also 5'7". Where my boys at? I don't know. I think here's the thing. I think I'm in a mood because I'm finally got some resolutions from things that have happened, but I've had a flat tire, no heat. I got a divorce, and you pick which one's not real. But I did get a divorce. I did get a little bit. I kind of got a divorce from my, I kind of got a divorce from, what's that called? My, impulse. Because I don't know if you've met me, but if you have ADHD, which I'm pretty sure a doctor told me I had by meeting me and saying it, but if you have it, you know that you lose track of everything you're saying all the time. It's the fucking worst. Why would you ever start a podcast? But so it's like everything, I don't know. Anyway, I have ADHD. Everything's been stressful. And then it's like, ugh. But now everything's kind of plateauing. Because here's what happened. I had a flat tire, fucking sucked. Here's the thing. This episode is probably hopefully sponsored by Discount Tires because you fucking owe me tires. And they really discount to everyone was like, I'm new to town, and I had a place in St. Louis that my buddy David told me about. I was like, I got a flat tire, and he's like, don't go to that where everyone's telling you. He's like, there's got to be a place like by your house. And then I just went to like, I mean, literally like the toughest people. I mean, it was so fucking hot outside. I was like, are you guys all right? And they all had cigarettes hanging out of their mouth, and they were like, hell yeah, brother. I was like, okay. And they were like, I couldn't tell how old they were. And if you were like, how old were they? I don't know. But they were like kids I went to high school with, like people that are like, the fact that I have a flat tire makes them know I don't know about cars. Because if I did, I'd be plugging it at home myself. But some of us have apartments. We don't have a fucking, so I got a lift at my apartment. Bring your car over. I'll lift it at my apartment. Yeah, I got my jacks out at At my apartment complex. Yeah, the code to get in, and I'm the apartment all the way in the back, and you'll see me. I have huge lift jacks. But everyone's like, go to Discount Tire, go to Discount Tire. So I had a flat tire. And okay. I will fucking be an asshole. But here's the thing. You got to start nice. You have nowhere else to start. So I called ahead and I was like, hey, I have a show tonight. I need to get I had a donut on, but you shouldn't drive very far with a donut. And I didn't want to drive on the side roads to go do the show. So I was like, hey, can you guys give me some tires? So I call, and everywhere doesn't have my tire. And then I called Discount Tire, and I called this location because the guy said I talked to him. I was like, hey, do you guys have this tire? Here's my size, every fucking thing. And he goes, I just talked to a guy. We got a bunch of those. And how he said it, I wanted to be like, but again, you start nice. Or do we? And I was like, yeah, let me start nice. And so I show up, and I get there, and I was like, I made an appointment because I was on the phone. I was like, hey, can I make an appointment? He's like, hey, we got one like 5:15. I was like, let's go. So I made the appointment. He's like, it won't take longer than an hour unless we have to change anything else. And I was like, sick. And he's like, or unless there's any problems. I'm like, 100, I'm on your side. Let's go. So I go to the pay. They make you pay ahead of time. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That is fucking fucked up. So I pay ahead of time because I'm fucking fucked up. And what am I going to do? Go, no. You start not, we all start nice. We all went to Catholic school and got fucking father, son, holy shit, being nice. And it'll suck every time you go to get your oil change. And I know there's people out there that might be like, you got to do it yourself. They're not listening to this podcast. This isn't for them. So, I bring the fucking thing in, and there's like a screen in front of you. They show you everything, and they're like, hey, can we sell you a thing on this? And I even let him give me the spiel. I was like, what is it? And he tells me, I was like, I'm like a huge piece of shit. I don't think that works for me. I'm going to pass. He goes, okay. And I was like, so it'll be done in about an hour? He's like about an hour. I'm like, hey, I'm just asking again. He's like, I was going to talk to you on the phone. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know. Let's go. So I made an appointment. Other people are in line, and everyone's going around. I see everyone moving, and I'm doing shit on my phone. I got business to attend to. So I'm like swiping left and right on Tinder, and I'm being like, I'm sorry, I'm actually 5'7". And so then eventually I look out, and my car is parked in the parking lot, and it's been about an hour. And so I was like, I go look, and I'm like, oh, it's ready. So I go up there, and the guy was like, hey, and he's talking to someone else, and he goes, yeah, your car's not ready yet. And I go, no, I know. I go, I get it. I go, I just saw it in the parking lot. And he goes, what? And as soon as he did that, I was like, no. Because I have to get to my show. And I told them, I was like, I will be on time because of how time works. And I'm like, I'm not going to pay a fucking, I'm south, it's all the way north Austin. I'm not fucking doing that. So, dude, here's what's crazy. Yeah, I am bitching. But if I would have been an asshole, then how would I have resolved? So if you don't want to listen to the story, do you want me to be an asshole or to tell you these stories? Something you got to think about, you know? This isn't just about me. I'm having empathy towards you in the podcast. What kind of energy do you want on the podcast? You want a guy talking about fucking discount tires? Is that what you want? Where my boys at? So, where my boys in the galaxy at? When you have fans, those are everyone in the galaxy that loves you. Isn't that crazy? There's definitely aliens out there, though. Let's not get sidetracked. So. You can watch them. Anyway. What the fuck was I yelling about? I was just mad. And so I was like, hey, the car's out there. And then he goes in the back. And here's the thing. I've worked a lot of jobs, as most people have. I've worked in the restaurant. I've worked around different kinds of guys. You work when, you know what I mean? You work all these kind of guys. I have had a lot of guys, friends, people. So many kinds of people. And when you work on cars, it's a very specific kind of way they talk to you. They're like, you're an idiot because you can't do this, you know? That's what I was talking about with the other tire place, but this one's crazy. Who cares? It's called Discombobulated. I'm just staying on brand. But like they give you that look like you're like, you don't know about cars? I'm like, that's why I walked in the door, you know? Like I'm not like whenever I like when I do a comedy show, people walk in and I'm like, you're not funny right away. Actually, that's what's crazy though. People there think that they are funny. So it's a terrible example. And so the guy goes in the back and he had like, they got that face where I can see him talking and he like relaxed his shoulder a lot and leaned back. And the guy he was talking to, like he couldn't have gotten more, like he was trying to get far away, but he was also standing his ground. It's a very alpha male thing to do where you stand like this, gonna look at someone like this. And then at one point you tell that no one would stand like this and he should be looking around, but the guy's hiding behind fucking tires. And he goes, hey, listen, man. So we like really fucked up with this guy. And they told me, they're like, we don't have your tires. And I was like, then why did I call ahead of time? He's like, I get it, right? Agree. And I'll be completely honest. He, for no reason, he goes, we just gave you another tire. And I was like, you know what? Awesome. And he was like, it's going to take some time to change it. And then they changed it. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later. And he goes, just so you know, it's the wrong size. And I go like this. And he started giving me that guy thing. He gave me the guy thing. He goes, but listen, they're allowed to be that much off, which I'm sure they are. But I don't need two because you fucked up. Why are you giving me two tires? Why don't you give me the fucking right tire? Why don't you drive me to the show? Because that would be crazy. I know. But if I'm not an asshole, this happens. Isn't that crazy? I didn't have heat, and then I was an asshole, and guess what I have? Heat. I sound like fucking Jim Carrey and Dick and Jane. All of a sudden I went out and cut other people's lawns up and fucking brought it to my house. But it's a different age. It's 2025. I don't even know what I mean by that. I get all riled up, and I'm kind of like, I feel like I get riled up like a dog. Not like the one, like not like the Joker analogy where it's like I'm a dog chasing cars. I just kind of get riled up in my own home, and then eventually I'm like, what am I doing? Why don't you go eat and see how you feel? Why don't you go have a sandwich and see if you're still fucking completely screaming pissed? But it got all worked out, you know, because I called them and they were like, that's insane. That shouldn't have happened. I was like, I agree. Let's do some business. Because I felt bad. Because here's the thing. I never want to get someone in trouble. So I never bring up other people. Because I know everyone has jobs. I lie at my job. You're allowed to lie at your job. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I'm just going to get the right tires. That's it. And I know some of you are like, I don't like that. I also don't like driving and being like, I want the right tires, you know? And I called for the right tires. So if he lied to me first. That's what's crazy is someone will sound like an asshole and people don't like that. But I heard a video the other day where guys like, assholes is how everything got. That's how this country started, is people being like, I don't fucking like you texting us. So if you're like, I feel like I'm being a bit much, be a bit much. Where my boys at? Until the day I cry in public. You guys said you're going to give me time. That's the thing is I get stressed, but at least I'm not that guy. I'll be an asshole and be calm. I was calm with him. You could watch the tape. Pull it up. But I was like, listen, man. And this is what pissed me off whenever I left him. I was like, hey, man. Just why would you lie about the tires? And he just like looked at me and I was like, don't lie about the tires. And he did that thing where he's like, okay. I felt like I said this. I was like, swipe or no swiping. And he was like, oh, dang. It's like, you're just going to get wrong tire. You got to get a quota. You got to get people in. You got to figure out the wrong size tire. But just why do all these places have to suck? And if they're gonna, then let's all suck. If we're gonna, let's 69 this bitch together and all suck at once. Right? And if you're wondering, I always no, this video is not made for kids. Can't find this on YouTube. And soon adults won't be. I tried to fucking listen to a podcast, and I literally had to like show my fucking Alexa my fucking ID. I had to sign into that, and then it was like, "Were you trying to jerk off?" I'm like, "Ever since I moved to fucking Texas, yeah." Oh man, was there anything worse than me being tired from moving? And then just being a guy, where my boys at? And then going to use the internet and being like, wait, what's going on? I wouldn't say it's my favorite website. I would say it's the website I use the most often. And what's crazy is I have a friend who I grew up with. I haven't talked to him forever, but it's like one of those things. It's like, we're not friends, but he's like literally a pastor. And we have the complete opposite jobs. Like I make jokes about jerking off, and he 100%, he's like, come down and see my church. I love you. I have problems with jerking off too. And he says that. And I'm like, and I like the honesty, but that's just something I'm not going to talk to anybody about. Like I would just figure that problem out. It's not like an AA meeting for me. Hey, and maybe you really have a problem, go figure that out. And if you can, you figure it out at, okay, Google, what's the number of people need help with sex? I don't think she's going to.
On the website my.clevelandclinic.org, they say, sexual dysfunction affects between 30% and 40% of people at some point in their lives.
Okay, it's a way to bring the podcast down. I'll literally be like, what's the temperature in Austin? She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. I'm like, can you bum out the podcast? She's like, no, here's sexual assault case. Do you want a bit more information? Anyway, oh my God. 2025, new me, which is very similar. God damn. But yeah, you moved to Texas and you wanna, but honestly, yeah, it's cured. I don't even do that anymore. Weird. Just stopped. Cold Bobby. As cold as you could get. But yeah, I got heat now, which is nice. There's like a lot of other problems that we got figured out. And guess what? Most of them were me. By the time that the apartment complex got back to me, they go, hey, we can't wait to stop by. We're so sorry this happened. We should actually have a meeting. I'm like, I'm being an asshole. Where my boys at? So we get it all figured out. Like I literally have people messaging me just being like, how's Austin? And I'm literally standing in backed up water and a cockroach comes out and they're all like, let's fucking go. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I go check Facebook and I like match with my fucking aunt. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like on Facebook dating. I'm like, oh, my aunt wants to date me. Fucking sick. Fuck. Lifestyle, so the rich and the famous. They're always coming for them. All right. But yeah, they came over and I was like, they're like, hey, where's all the backed up water? I go, oh, well, it had been a while we were trying to figure this out. And then they start doing that thing where they're an asshole to you. But here's what's crazy. You go to like this. So you get this look. You get this look if you go to like you get the lean back thing if you go to like real tough guy place. But then guys who like are like property managers and stuff like that, you get a very different one. They have sunglasses on and they literally stand like a mannequin. Like they have one and they go, listen, I want to help you. I want to help you too. I understand that this is very upsetting and I understand this. And I'm like, yeah, not having heat. And they go, and they'll like start swallowing more than a human being swallows. They'll be like, I also want you to have heat. And it's like, I know you have a job. Can we just fucking stop with being nice? And I don't mean not being kind. You can still be kind. Let's all be kind. But those niceness, but I'm going to do it. I just know I'm going to, as soon as, sorry. I know we all do it. It's like, we're fucking so wired that way. God, you ever meet the only people who get to do, like, I feel like, and sorry I'm saying this, is just like, if you're a really hot person, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, we're like, sorry, like hot people are just like, what? Oh, I didn't hit her with my car. Is my car okay? Dude, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but I did a show where like this couple was so hot that at one point during my set, I just was like, you guys are so hot. And they like looked at each other. They kind of like smiled because it's like, they were like, yeah, we know. And then I was like, where are you guys from? Or I said something to him. I said, I was like, what's your name? I said something like to him and he was like, and they looked at each other and I go, what? I go, are you so good looking? You haven't been asked your name. He's like, my name? He's like the opposite of Gollum. He's now so good looking. He's like, my name? no one said my name. Everyone just opens door. Like, I feel like once you get so good looking, and he didn't know, and I go, okay, what's your name? And then she looked at him, and I go, do either of you speak? And then they both did this and didn't laugh. And I go, did you guys have voice box? Like, I literally was so blown away by these people. And so, yeah, if you're really hot, you don't ever have to be like sorry or be nice. And those people are always like whenever they're like, fuck that person. I'm like, I know, but they're driving our Uber. That's how like we're just like, let's get through this. And then if you're really hot, you kind of don't. There's like other categories of people, but it's not everyone I know. I don't think it's as exclusive as like, I've definitely been in like we were in an Uber in LA with my buddy and his wife, and his wife is so beautiful. And she was literally like, I thought she wasn't from this country. And I thought she was going to, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, but she's like, oh, like how she talks is, I thought she was going to smack him in the head. And if she would have, she would have gotten away with it. And I literally have to be like, you're going completely the wrong way. And she's like, I hate this guy. But what else is going on in the news? Oh, dude, I'll tell you this. I'm fucking headlining at the Velveeta Room June 6th and 7th. Bobby, that's so far away. Yeah, that's why I'm letting you know now. Don't do that thing where you're like, oh, you didn't know you're gonna. I'm gonna be in Austin. Oh, Bobby, I live in St. Louis. Fucking come fly here, bitch. And then later this week, I might have more shows to announce, but I can't say that for sure. Because things get changed all the time. I don't want you to get too excited, but I got excited. I got so excited my fucking sunglasses flew off. These are not practical sunglasses. I just want you guys to know. Ones you got at the dollar store? Yeah, you could never wear these if I was actually Tom Cruise. These would fly off my fucking motorcycle. My hair would get all displaced. But yeah, come out and see me at the Velveeta Room. And then we got other shows coming up. And yeah, I'm very excited. Oh, and then this will come out. This will be, if it's out by Wednesday, it should be out. It's Tuesday, but by Wednesday okay, Google, what's the date today? 13th, 14th.
It's Tuesday, January 14th, 2025.
On January 15th, I will be at Cap City. I always want to say, because that's, and so Cap City, I will be doing Track Stars. What is that? Is that running? No, we're recording something for Sirius XM, so get your fucking asses out there. Because if I do good, then I get to have Sirius XM, and I really want it. And I want you to come out and see that. I want you all to have a good time and to see a show, and come out to Cap City, and come out to all comedy clubs, and come out and see me. Because if you don't come out and see me, I'll freaking. So you got to come to the shows. So I don't have to, because I want you guys to be there. I don't want to be, I want to see you guys at the shows. So I don't have to, I don't want to do that. I want to have sold out shows for the rest of my life. Well, Bobby, work a little bit harder. You fucking shut the fuck up if you're judging. Go to church with your ass. One of my boys that go to church and trying to stop yoinking it. If you're trying to yoink it and you're a boy, this episode's for you. This episode's sponsored by Blue Chew. Get as hard as fucking shit as you can and then don't jerk off. You show your body who's take your balls back this spring. And get ready for the summer. And Blue balls it up. Use code Bobby at checkout when you're buying your Blue Chew to just have a boner and just look at it and be like, you're not the boss of me. You don't own me. And I don't own you. We're one body. Why would I argue with myself? And as you say that, you'll be looking at your thing because you took a Blue Chew and your heart is fucking hell. Does it make you horny or are you just hard? I've never taken one. I'm not bragging. I also have never, I don't know. I've always been scared. There was a kid at our high school that would take it all the time. And by the time we were done with high school, he said his dick didn't work. And that scared me. And that scared me a lot. And now he sells homes. He would eat out of a trash can. He would eat out of it. We would all be like, are you eating it? He's like, isn't it funny? And I'm like, okay. You could buy a home from him. You could be like, I just bought a home. And the guy who sold it to you ate out of a high school trash can, like a big, wide, not his home trash can, not like that episode of like Seinfeld where it's like, it was on top. Hey, whatever. This is a trash can in a high school this guy would eat out of. He got his realtor's license. And when someone has built up enough credit to buy a house and it's like one of the biggest decisions of your life, this guy is in a suit, I'm fucking assuming, signing papers for you. A guy who took so many Viagra, his penis stopped working. You could be like, can you get me a better rate? And he's like, oh yeah. Dude, fucking so many people I knew. If I don't honestly know, seeing everyone I know who's become a realtor, I'm never buying a house. I don't trust you fucks. I bet you fuck in the house before we get it. I know you. I used to drive you guys home from fucking volleyball practice. I know you fucks. I know who you are. I know deep down who you are. While you're showing someone a fucking kitchen. You're like, and they got, you learned backsplash. The thing you used to piss on at parties. The thing you'd be like, look, I got it so far. My dick can't get hard, but if I pinch it, I can piss onto the backsplash. You're probably, because you are also a realtor and there you grew up in, and I don't hate this person. This is just what's happening. If anything, they should be happy. And so they probably sold a house that they pissed on the backsplash. They're like, it's a great house. And the whole time they're like, dude, I can't believe I'm so. They're like, call their buddy. He has a different voice. He's like, what up? He's also selling a house. He's like, dude, you're not going to believe this. We just fucked in the house. Oh, hell yeah. Please come pick me up. I'm making fun of them. I'm renting a house and fucking following my dream. Don't let me shit on you. You're the winners. You ate out of you started from the bottom and now you're here? Who am I to say? You can say what you need to say, and I'm glad I just listened. I'm glad when he was like about to eat out of the trash, I wasn't like, stop it. I'm glad I just watched. What else could you do in high school? A couple of times you would stand up or you do this. That was it's like the last time you stood up for anything, probably in high school, when it was like easy. When you're like, I don't want to study for math. You're like, stop that. And then life gets hard, and you're like, I don't care if people suck. I don't care if a guy's selling a real estate and he can't have a boner anymore. Do you want to buy your house from someone who can't have a boner? And here's the thing. I'm sure that they put in the code for Blue Chew and got some Blue Chew. And now they're like, this rules. So you guys could do that too, if you want. There's no rule. There's fucking no rules on life, except for the ones you got to follow. Don't hurt people. But other than, you can eat out of the trash can and sell houses. They don't even talk about that. They're like, I want to be a president. How about that one? Do that one, Yeah, I ate out of the trash. Like, there's a picture of Elon Musk where he's like staring at a shoe on the ground someone shared the other day. Maybe it's AI. I thought it was real. I don't know. He's like staring at a shoe or like a pile of shit or something. Maybe I think I noticed he had Nikes on. That's what I noticed, because like I did look at him like, what kind of shoes are you? And I'm not even a shoe. He's like staring at a pile of shit or something, and it's like, imagine like starting from here. Like, there were probably people that were like, dude, Elon ate out of the fucking garbage, and now look at him. So if anything, everyone should really follow their dreams, and don't let anything get you down. Like, some people will be like, oh my God, that one time, you remember when everyone, like, someone pantsed me, but I still had my underwear on, and they still think about that? Yeah. You know what? Get a fucking billboard and start selling houses. That'll make you feel a lot better. Sell people. I'm sure they're doing like terrible people. You're helping people get a home, but you know that no matter what happens to them, you don't give a fuck because you're getting that fucking portion of the sale. Yeah. Yeah, I pissed on the backsplash. Yes. I've fucking thrown up in that toilet, but I'm not going to tell you that. I am going to point out how your kids can run around in the backyard that I remember I got in a fist fight with my older brother in. And there was blood everywhere. And if you wouldn't mind, you have to print and then sign your name, and you both have to do it And I'd like you to hurry because I have to get to happy hour like fucking yesterday. So that's the podcast. I love you. Kisses. Mwah. Follow, like, subscribe, do it all. Follow us on the Patreon. Come see me at the Velveeta Room in the summer. In the summer of 69. But it's 25. Have a good night. Bye. Where my boys at? Where my boys?